A few months ago, I submitted 83 cards to PSA for grading. I broke the submission into 4 small groups as opposed to sending them in one 83 card group. I did this as a rather unscientific exercise to compare consistency of grading from one group to the next. All 4 groups featured cards from 1994 Ultra Tigers International Rock cards, 1980 Panini Rock and Pop, 1985 and 87 Panini Smash Hits, English, Italian, and German, 1985 AGI concert cards, 81 Panini Disco-Rama, 91 Brockham Rock cards, and a handful of others. This is group number 3. It consists of 21 cards. Let's look at some grades. All right, let's get into this. All right, so here we go. One note before we start. I've got what's supposed to be 21 cards here, and we had a first. This is the first time that PSA has ever lost a card on me, and I submitted a card that I pulled out of a pack in one of my previous videos. It was a David Bowie card, 1980 Panini Rock and Pop. And that card I submitted. I normally wouldn't submit that particular card, but it was really, really nice. It was pack fresh, had great centering to it. And I submitted that along with this, with these as 21 cards, which gave me, it was one of the lots of the 83 card submission that I did, when I broke it into 4 lots. And so they contacted me and let me know that they could not find one of my cards. Card in question is, that is the card in question right there. It's a David Bowie card. As you can see, I don't know if you can see the corners and the edges real well, but they were really nice. And the centering was really, really nice. I was expecting to get an 8 or a 9 out of this card, which would have put it right there at the top. But that card went missing, and they couldn't figure out how they lost one card. I'm not too upset about it. I've submitted thousands of cards to them, and this is the first time I've ever had a loss with PSA. The compensation they give you is basically for whatever you insure the card for. I only insured the card for $25 because I somewhat self-insure. I only put insurance on cards maybe anywhere from 25 to 50% of its value, rather than waste a lot of money on insurance of something that has never happened to me before. The loss of a card. I spend less focus on the insurance and just hope that a lot of the cards don't get lost. Well, this is one instance where I insured it for $25 the card. The card after grading, if it had a really nice grade, might have been worth $100, $150. No big deal. Stuff happens, and we'll get over this. So let me start right in here. The first card here, 2013 Panini Black Friday card. This is an HRX card. Notorious B.I.G. And this is a PSA 9. I'm really happy with that. Still trying to get a 10 on one of these one day. I don't know if I ever will. I don't know if I'll give up on these after a while. Yeah, this is a PSA 9. There's Biggie. And let's see, I know the pop count on these is pretty high. So it reads the wrong QR code. And there are 80 of these 9s and there are 35 10s out there. So that's how this one works out. Next card up is Snoop Dogg. Same set, HRX, 2013 Panini Black Friday, Snoop Dogg, PSA 9, good grade again. There we go. There's Snoop. And There are 57 of these Snoop Dogs in a 9, and there are 13 10s out there. Not as many of these are submitted as the Biggie or the Tupac. So, there we are. Next up is a Beastie Boys card, which I missed something on because this is only a 6. This is a card that you need it to be a 9 or a 10 to make it worth your submission. And this turned out to be a 6, and I don't know why. I checked it really good, being that it's one of these junk wax Pro Set cards from back in 91, to where they really printed a lot of these. I wanted to make sure that it was just really a spot-on, perfect card. So I triple-checked this thing. I'm looking at it in the glare again, and I can see no issues with this card anywhere. But I think if I do a crack-out video and resubmit some of these cards, this might be one of them there. Not that I really think it's going to be a valuable card, but I just think that I don't know how this got to be a 6. So, there it is right there. That's the Beastie Boys card as a 6. That's from Pro Set. And let's see where these are. I only submitted a couple of these. I think I submitted one other in one of my other orders. And this is a pop one, and there are 28 higher. So there we go. Pro Set. Next up, this is from the 1981 Disco-Rama set from Panini. This is the Genesis album cover Duke. And this only graded out a 3. These were pack fresh. I took these out of a pack. I think it was 12 or 15 packs in a previous video. And I'm thinking that all the other ones I got low grades on as well. I'm at like 4s and 5s. I'm thinking that there must be something with the back of the paper that they don't like. The fronts of these are real nice. The centering's acceptable. Corners and edges are good. I'm thinking that maybe they have some kind of mildew or mold or something like that, or deterioration on the back that I'm not seeing. That maybe under one of these, I'm not seeing anything. But they're detecting something, and they've only given this a 3. And like I said, this came out of a pack in a previous video, so it's pretty fresh. And yeah, they did not like this one. So that's what the Duke cover looks like from Genesis. I actually pulled 3 of these, and this was the best one of the 3, I thought. And let's see where that gets us. It's a pop one, and there's only one higher. All right. So there we go. Next card up, Willie Nelson. This is the gold variation from 1992 Country Gold. And this is card number 34. This is a PSA 8. That's an acceptable grade right there. Still trying to get one of these into 10. I've had 4 or 5 9s. I think I've had 5 or 6 9s now. But I'm still trying to get a 10. And so far it isn't happening for me. I do have a couple boxes of these left in storage. I'm thinking of taking them out and breaking them. So as far as 8s, there's 4 of those, and there's 10 cards higher. How that works out is there are 4 8s. There are 8 10s, or 8 9s, and there are 2 10s out there. None of those 10s are mine. So I need to keep working on that. That's Willie Nelson. I love that card. And here's a real cool card, 84 Edición Zader. Super Musical. This is a Spanish card. Led Zeppelin, card number 3. This is only a PSA 4. Boy, it was packed fresh. I don't know why it's a 4. Other than the fact that most of these are miscut, and this one is miscut as well. I'll show you what I mean by that. You can see that it's cut very thin on the top, very thick on the bottom. but usually that won't hit you that bad. That might be worth a couple grades. There's nothing wrong with the surface. There's nothing wrong with the corners or the edges. It's just the miscutting. And yeah, that's only a 4 right there. All right, let's see how this Led Zeppelin card does. And this is a pop 1 as a 4, and there are 7 higher. So there we go. And one of the Grateful Dead Legacy Series cards from 1991 Brock'em Rock cards. Card number 10. I sent a few of these different ones in, not just the Garcias, but a couple of each of these, just to see how they would do, and they're just too tough to get good grades on. So I'm basically, I'll send in Garcia cards still, but I'm not going to be sending in any of these other Grateful Dead Legacy Series cards because they're only a lot of these. I mean, this is a really clean card, and it's nicely centered, and I'm only getting, a PSA 8 on this. Population 1, there are 7 higher than this. These are just too tough, and they, it's just too tough of a card for me to try to keep, sending those in. This card here, 2019 Andra Film Serie Premium Rock Shot Series Y M&M card, another 9. And I'm expecting 9s on these pretty much because the centering should not get these cards a 10. All of my, I had a few of these M&Ms, and all of them look exactly like that. They were made at the same time. They were cut at the same time. You can see that they're a little bit off center there, which should not allow it to get a 10. But it's a strong 9. I love this card. Very tough to get, this card. And I'm just a big fan of this set. And through the same Swedish manufacturer, they had the Q set, which was also a great set. These are stars from the 90s. The Q set was stars from the 80s. And this card here is a Pop 4, and there are none higher. So there's only 4 of these 9s out there. There are no 10s. And, yeah, so there we go. Next card up, 1985 Rockstar. This is the AGI card, Concert Series cards. Card number 42. Yeah, good grade. PSA 10. Love it. Gem Mint 10. Here's Bono. And there it is. That's a PSA 10. That's what a Gem Mint 10 in that AGI 1985 card looks like. Wow. I'll show you the back of these as well. These are really cool cards. You can still find some packs online. You can still find the cards. I wouldn't suggest, if you're going to buy cards for grading, I wouldn't suggest buying them out of the pack. I'd suggest getting packs. If you're just going to put it in your collection, it's fine to just go ahead and buy them. Population on this is a card they're grading quite a bit. Population 12 on this PSA 10. There's 12 10s out there of this particular card. All right. Next card up from the same set, Ozzy. Ozzy 1985 Rockstars concert cards from AGI. Card number 2. This is a PSA 8. I didn't do as well on this one, but there is Ozzy. And let's see what we have here. AGI. There are 4 8s out there, and there are 11 cards higher. There we are with Ozzy. And Pat Benatar. Big Pat Benatar fan. 1985 Rockstar concert cards. Card number 55, Gem Mint 10. Love it. And there were a handful of Pat Benatar cards. I think there were 3 different cards in the set of Pat Benatar. That's one of them right there. That's a PSA 10 Gem Mint. I'm really happy with having that. And let's see how many of these there are out there. I'm not anticipating it to be a pop one because I know I'm not the only Pat Benatar fan out there. And there are very few cards of hers, and here's one of the legitimate ones. There are 2 of these 10s out there. All right, there are 2 10s of this particular card. This one and someone else. Next up, okay, we're going to get into some of these 1994 International Rock cards now. Here's Motorhead. Here's a group shot. Not the grade I thought I'd get on this card, but this is a PSA 5, card number 94. This is a PSA 5. I thought it was a little bit better than that, but that's okay. They're seeing something that I'm not seeing there. And let's see where that one comes up. Well, it's a pop 1 and there's none higher. So the 5 holds up. Pop 1, none higher. Very tough card to grade because of the black border. So yeah, there we go. And let me show you that. Pop 1, none higher. That's Motorhead. Next card up. Wow, this is a big grade on this one. 1994 International Rock card, Metallica. Card number 20. This is just a really cool card. Yeah, so let's take a look at that. That's a PSA 8 right there. That's a strong grade. That's a beautiful card. I love that. Very happy to have that. And the PSA 8 puts us at pop 1, none higher. There it is. So this is a pop 1 Metallica card. A very cool card at that. And that is the highest graded one ever sent to PSA. Wow. And Kurt Cobain pulled this one out of a pack. Pulled all these out of a pack, but 1994 International Rock cards. Card number 102, Kurt Cobain. This is 1994 PSA 7. Good, strong grade. There's Kurt Cobain. Good, strong grade there. And let's see what that does. I know it's not a pop 1 because I have had a 7 of this card before. And population 4 is a 7, and there are 3 cards higher. And there we go. Next up, 1994 International Rock cards. Guns N' Roses Axl Rose, card number 4. Oh yeah, monster grade, PSA 9. Whew, that is huge. I'm sensing I'm getting some really good grades in here. There were a couple that were lower than I thought they would be. But overall, I'm thinking these grades, I'm just getting this feeling that they're higher than what I usually get on these types of cards. There's Axl. That's a 9 right there. 9s are few and far between on these. And, well, I'm going to tell you right now, the centering is pretty nice. Everything's pretty nice about this card, so this card probably earned that 9. Pulled it out of a pack in a previous video. And it's a pop 1, and there's none higher. So that's the highest grading Axl Rose card number 4 out of this set that's been sent to PSA so far. There we go. And Lars Ulrich from Metallica. Lars is an 8. Wow, that's huge. 1994 International Rock cards. Card number 18. There's Lars. And let's see what we have got here. Lars is, for a PSA 8, is a pop 1, and there are none higher. So these really big grades on these cards. These are cards that you could submit and get 3s and 4s and 5s all day because of that black border. We really went through that with some of those years of baseball cards that had the black borders. Those are tough to submit nowadays and actually get real grades on, good grades. These cards right here are the same way. It's just that I was able to open some of my packs and get some of these out. So yeah, an 8's a great grade on this. It's a pop one. Love that. And 1994 International Rock card Slash. This is my favorite Slash card of the two. There's two Slash cards in there, card 6 and card 7. I love card 6. Guns N' Roses, PSA 9. Oh, wow. They are really hitting me strong on these. You see, remember, I broke out 21 or 22 or 23 of these cards and broke it into 4 groups. And some of the groups came back as all like 6s and 7-ish type. I'm feeling like these are 7, 8, 9-ish types. I'm just feeling these grades are strong of what I'm getting in this particular lot. There's Slash right there. PSA 9. That has to be just really up there, all alone on its own. I mean, a 9 is a really super special grade on a card with a black border. Population 1, none higher. So we're hitting like monster pop 1s in this particular submission, and I don't always do that. Here's a Billy Joel. This is a special card to me. I'm always chasing this card. I'm always trying to get it graded. 1980 Billy Joel Rock and Pop Collection from Panini. Card number 103. And this is a great grade. PSA 8. Man, oh man. But it is a beautiful card. You're going to see that this is a beautiful card. That is what a PSA 8 looks like of the Billy Joel card. So that's what the PSA 8 looks like. And what that does is, let's see where that puts us. There are 7 8s out there, and there are 2 9s. There are no 10s, but there's 7 8s out there, and there are 2 9s. Of the 7 8s, I now have 2 of the 8s. This next card, really cool card. I love collecting Phil Collins cards. This is 1985 Panini Smash Hits collection. This is the German variation. And you'll see that out of these 4 videos that I made with these 4 separate submissions that I kind of am, I broke up that 83 cards, lot. You'll see that I had a lot of German cards in there, some Italian, some English ones. A lot of German cards. I just think these are awesome. They just gave me a killer grade on this. PSA 8. Wow. And this is the German variation, as you can see. And I'll add this to my Phil Collins collection. Or maybe even pass it along to someone else so I can build something else into my collection. And let's see where Phil Collins goes as a PSA 8 on the German variation of this card, which is just a big grade, just a huge grade. And it is a pop 1, and there are none higher. So here's a card that's, 39 years old. It's been out there forever, 39 years old. And this is a pop 1, none higher, of Phil Collins. Outstanding. The next card up is a special card. I had never really seen a lot of these out there. I decided to send this one in, even though it wasn't absolutely perfect. This is a 1987 Panini Prince Smash Hits collection, the Italian variation. This is only a PSA 5. It's card number 111. So you're only going to get this card in the Italian variation. And that's what the Italian variation looks like right there. And that's what the Prince card looks like. Let's show it to the 4K camera here. Here we are. And let's look at this. And like I said, I knew this card wasn't perfect. It's only a PSA 5. I knew it wasn't perfect sending it in, but I wanted to send it because I haven't seen a lot of these out there. So, Prince, pop 1, there's one higher. So yeah, this is a pop 1, and there's one higher out there. So it'll show you the rarity of that particular card there. All right. So that's 20 cards. It was supposed to be 21. One got lost, so that's 20 cards. And that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time. Well, that's it for this one. I want to thank you for making it this far into the video. Please let me know you made it this far by posting your favorite card from this reveal in the comments down below. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, please consider doing so. I typically post a couple new videos each week, but don't exactly follow a set schedule. So subscribing and hitting the notification bell will help you know when new videos drop. Until next time, thanks for stopping by.